Oh shit! You hitting the microphone, dog?
You didn't know that?
I thought you was hitting the desk.
No, I'm thumping the microphone.
That's so. Now we know. Knights.
What is up? How's everybody doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
Me and Jake were talking beforehand. It's hot as hell now, apparently.
Boy,
It's getting there.
yeah. Tis the season.
We had a full week of 100-degree weather forecasted, and I felt it today. I was like out of breath for a while.
Phew. We did 2 days ago did an install in an attic, but boy, I tell you, I didn't overdo it. Got up in there, got up out there, up in there, up out there. You know, drink your water, bullshit, whatever.
Your liquid IV.
Yeah, rock the liquid IV and a bunch of water and the liquid death, of course.
Liquid IV, liquid death, all good stuff. How about you, Kurt? Was it hot or cloudy?
Today wasn't bad.
20 calories.
It got over 80 degrees today, but it was overcast all day. So the hot weather's coming. It's just not real hot today.
I thought liquid death was water.
It is. Well, they make iced teas now.
Okay.
They have been. They make iced teas with this is a dead billionaire. It used to be called the Armless Palmer, but they got sued over it being too close to an Arnold Palmer, and they now branched into like sodas, but it's still sparkling water. It's pretty good. Like root beer one's pretty good, and they got one of Dr. Death and a Killer Cola, like things like that. So,
Jake's trying to get that sponsorship.
yeah, liquid death's pretty good, pretty good.
Brian over here says he goes with the C4 energy. I can't, or the packets, I guess. I can't drink C4 like the energy drinks. It just makes me jumpy.
It's a different
and,
level.
Tingly and shit.
Guys, I got to confess, I've never had an energy drink.
You don't say, Kurt.
Never. I never had one.
We should pop one right
Damn.
before the show and see what happens.
Oh, dude. Hey,
No.
hey, when in Vegas, dog. Come on now.
Hey, if I'm really going to flip out and drink something nice, I'm going to drink a Mountain Dew.
Oh. So from Diet Pepsi, Mountain Dew is the next level?
Yeah, that's next level. That was like one of the first energy drinks because it had more caffeine than the other.
That's true, though, because if I drink a Mountain Dew too close to, like, I haven't had a Mountain Dew in forever, but like, say, Taco Bell run, get a Baja Blast, bro, I cannot sleep.
Oh, yeah. People are obsessed with that. I'm not a Mountain Dew person, but I hear Baja Blast is where it's at.
You son of a bitch.
I'm not. And it's funny because it looks like neon green. It reminds me of like isn't it? Yeah, it's like yellow green color. It reminds me of like freaking leak dye.
That's fun.
That's all I see.
That's true. Valid.
Dude, you know, I was thinking about the names of those drinks all being about death and all that stuff. But do you remember when we were kids and we would make these at the soft drink thing, we would mix them all up and we'd call it a suicide? Did y'all ever do that?
Jake, no, sir.
Jake and
Am
I
I
just got
showing my
quiet.
age now?
I guess.
I've seen people go to like the, what do you call it, the little soda machines and get like half and half of something, you know, like they'll mix, I don't know, Powerade and soda or lemonade and something.
Yeah. Bro, some Sprite with some high C orange or some, bro, give you a little sparkling.
Y'all for real never heard of that? For real, y'all never heard of that?
Suicide? No.
Oh, easy, guys. Easy. We are live, okay? We don't want to get banned
Cut off
now.
Cut off like last week.
Well, it's a
This
drink. It's a drink.
It's a thing.
so with the
Uh,
caffeine on the leaf, like this one has like 25, I think, because it's like real tea leaves and stuff. So in this little
yeah,
12-ounce can.
Ewok's the fit one. He says if he needs a boost, he gets that yerba mate. Has caffeine from leaf extracts. Um,
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
7 Up and lemonade. There you go.
Boom. Make it a little fizzy, you know. 7 Up.
So
Remember when they tried to make that DNL or whatever? Because they just flipped over 7 Up and it was DNL. You
no.
remember that? They tried to make it a thing early 2000s. DL
So
Hughley was probably running it. So go ahead. Sorry, God.
I
Let's
don't
go.
remember that.
Get on with the show.
Just want to quickly recap last week since we got cut off. I had a hailstorm come through. All our power went out for like 18 hours because somebody kept saying, you need this internet, you need that internet. It wasn't my internet. All the power got cut off, and I didn't have enough time to set anything up. But we had Hillmore, the Scott from Hillmore, Diversitech, whole bunch of cool stuff that he went over. So make sure you go check out last week's episode. I think, there. I know the pump out. Do you guys even know if it's for sale?
You said I was on True Tech, so I believed you.
Well, it was like a pre.
I found it on Google.
I found it at some supply house on Google, I think too.
Yeah.
But it's because True Tech does that thing where like they will sell it to you even if they don't have it in stock. I don't think it's in stock yet, but
Mm,
we'll see what the price ends up being. I think it's a cool little pump,
um,
and they have a lot of cool
sorry.
stuff coming out. So appreciate Scott for coming on. I know we got cut off, but it was a good episode.
Shout out the shot.
You need to do that
He's a
stealth mount thing that he was talking about.
Oh yeah, I got those. I'm gonna be reorganized. So okay.
So soon? You froze a little bit. Mike says he's going to order the Helmore 2 CFM today.
Cool. I think it's going to be a great little backup vacuum pump. I can just stick it in the side of my van and don't take up any counter space.
You're going to lose it in that van.
Well, I've got this opening and it just fits. It just fits in this opening above my sliding door.
Oh, okay.
So it's not even in a box or anything like that, and it's held straight up. I'm not spilling any oil. It's just
Oh, yeah.
it's so small.
Well, I know it's like, well, you have damn near like 5 or 6 pumps already. So you can pick and choose. But like when I was looking for a pump, I got the Navac 2 CFM. It was decently priced. I think Hillmore is going to be competitive with pricing, and it was good for me, when I was buying the pump. So if anybody needs an option, it's there. Like you said, you can also use it as a backup. I do refrigeration. I have more use cases for it when I'm working on smaller equipment. Anything like the field piece one that I had was just overkill for all the refrigeration equipment that I work on.
Yeah, I can say.
And now it's sitting in the garage.
Well, I'll be honest. I didn't like the field piece one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, they got a good concept, but in in practice, what you actually end up doing is having to. You're only changing half your oil every time you change your vacuum pump oil, and I didn't like that.
And we found that out with you. Let me look at my notes really quick. You're awfully quiet, Jake.
I'm on a delay, bro. I'm like, wait for my internet to kick in.
As soon as he said
So,
that, he froze.
I like that. I like that field piece one. Did I see son of a
No, you're good.
bitch?
You're good.
I did like that. I like the field piece one. My first vacuum pump was the Bullet X. I felt like a champ with that one. It's like a diesel engine, bro.
We had all the Robin Air.
I did use the
But
Milwaukee today on a 10-tonner, bro, and it brought that. I was done at 150 microns in 6 minutes.
ooh,
What?
This time, though, I did have two half-inch hoses.
Wait a minute. Let me get
Kurt,
this
look,
right.
bro,
This
I'm
is
just
a
letting you
10
know.
ton.
10
This
tonner,
is,
big dog, one of them old Weather Kings, bub.
was it just a condenser? Was it the whole system? What was it?
It was the whole system, dog. This thing was completely flat.
All right, where you
did you?
getting this micron gauge that lets you do
And look, the field piece did the same thing. This is the CPS. I mean, I get it's skeptical,
that?
but
That's why I want to know about this micron gauge, but because it sounds like you got a real special one there.
you are so jealous right now. It's because the flame I use is the good flame. You know what I mean?
Oh my god!
And
Um,
what hoses were you using?
well, matter of fact, it's funny. I actually bitched. I'm gonna put a story on or a thing. It was a Navac and an Appion, and I've had this is my third Navac hose, and the freaking quarter-inch coupler always pops off. This is the third time it's
So it
happened, and I'm
happened
like,
again.
it happened today. I'm like, so I
Well,
used
Jake,
the other
if it happened once,
Appian
why did it? Jake, if it happened once, why is it happening again?
because they warranty it. They just give me a new hose when I go back into the
Wait a
supply
minute. So you
house.
took it?
Well, yeah, I spent the money on it, bro. Like I'm good. It's a decently. It's been anyways. Yes, you're correct. Because I was thinking to myself, I recorded. I'm like, seriously, Navac, you get your shit together or something. And I'm like, this is the third time it's happened. And when I said that to myself, I was like, why the fuck would I have a third one? Like, but it's not like I'm buying it. They're just like, all right, here you go. Here's it for you. You know what I mean? Like the Navac rep that comes to our tropics, like he's really a cool dude, and he's just like, here you go. So
Here
Might
you
as
go.
well try
Don't
it.
and it
And,
don't say anything.
speaking of shitty hoses, right before we got on the show, someone had mentioned something about these shitty hoses.
I was
Go.
gonna say, funny enough, Ewok is asking about the True Blue hoses. Now, in the chat, if you guys, and I mentioned that in the video too, I'm like, if you like them, cool. If they work for you, cool. I give up. I tried them out today again because I had kind of like they stay they stay in my hose hauler, right? And they fit in there, but I never reach for them anymore. I stopped using them. I was always using them like on the bigger RTUs and stuff when I had to pull a big vacuum. And then they started busting on me, the couplers and all that. I finally got a new one so I could use it again, or the fittings on the ends. Used it today. Now the unit was a shitty unit that I was working on, so there was other issues with it, but it got stuck and it never pulled down. And I was like, I think these fittings are not on all the way. And those fittings are a pain in the ass if you're in a tight spot, like on the vacuum, like on the Milwaukee one. Trying to use that 1/2 inch side, it's like right up against a handle, and it's not easy. And I also had an issue with the 1/4 inch side, putting it on my depressor. I couldn't get it off. I had to use some pliers to get it off. So I'm like, I don't know what's
Mm.
going on with the fittings. I feel like I always have bad luck with them.
it's
It
too
got
much work.
stuck.
It's
Yeah,
not worth it to me.
it got
Not worth
stuck on the vacuum, and I'm like, screw it, I'll switch it out. I have the new Hillmore one that I got in. It's just a 3/8 hose. Pull down way more, like way more on the 3/8 versus the True Blue. What is it, like 3/4? So I haven't had good luck with them. I'm officially like retiring that hose. I'm just gonna take it off the van.
Damn. Yeah, I always wanted them too, but I mean, you saw the hype train when everybody was promoting it, like.
Yeah,
But
I fell for it.
obviously, we know the game. You feel me? It's like, can I see through the bullshit now?
Yeah, the hype train, everybody telling you you don't need one big hose, you need two big ones, and you need the special vacuum pump that allows you to hook up two big ones to it.
Hey, when you can, I mean, it's nice, but I'm
But you
gonna.
know what? That's when you can pull a system down to 150 to 74 microns, Kurt. I mean,
Hey,
With
hey,
a couple of
look,
nice
hey, big
hoses.
dog,
I
you
was
need to come
trying
down
to,
here and work with me.
I was trying to avoid the fact that you're pulling on both sides, but seeing as how you brought it up, that may affect the reason you're getting such a low
Negative,
reading of microns.
negative. No, sir. I will show you the video. It was I'll show you the video. It was not on the. It was on the far end, and then it decayed and it sat there. I'll show you. I'll send you the video. You'll see what
Okay.
it was. It's one of those old style. Like I said, weather canes that got the two condenser fans on the side, a big old compressor right in the middle, and then the
Yep.
electrical panels right on top. There's three ports in there, so one's on just the high side of the coils, and then the other two, one's discharge, one's suction. So
Well, Ewok says that I hadn't seen this, but he said on YouTube, True Blue says that they use those couplers to reduce cost. I thought it was cool that you could change out the size and on the ends and all that. Like you want 3/8, you want half-inch fittings or whatever. But that it's a huge ass like piece at the end. You end up with like this big piece on the end, and it fails. Like it's another
And
piece.
it's very stiff, and most people don't get the long hose. They get these little short ones, and they're super stiff.
Yeah, because I just pulled it up. It's like because I got the kit, and that one I think comes with the shorter one. And I was like, I want the kit. I want all the little fittings, all the it comes with the core depressor. I mean, core remover and all that. But yeah, it's really short. Sometimes I wouldn't use it because it wouldn't reach like to the floor or whatever, wherever I had the pump.
bastards.
How much was that 454? Somebody was asking about a different
Oh my!
question, but I remember you saw or I saw Jake with one.
Good post. That was I like what you did there. It was 825, so nothing crazy.
Dang, that's super nice.
Yeah,
It's like twice what Kurt paid.
yeah. It's we have one, and we just like I said. Oh man, yeah. It was like might as well just get it. We were there, and we've
Was
been
it
installing some systems, so
it was it one of the is it that deal where you have to buy something to get it to be able to buy it?
nah,
Oh.
nah. Our boys are good over there. Shout out to Tropic Supply, baby. 26 locations in Florida, family owned and operated.
Because I'm getting a lot of I see a lot of people, and I've gotten messages where they say they can only buy it if they're buying like new equipment or so much equipment. Like then they're allowed to buy a tank. If
Yeah,
not,
you've earned the right to spend more money.
I know not
Well,
even like
hey,
at a discount or anything.
Well, most of the places I've seen, you can only buy one drum at a time.
Oh, okay.
mhm, same. It's only
And
one per week
you can
per.
go in and get it, but they're not going to sell you like a half a pallet or a pallet or anything like that. You're buying singles.
I don't know if I'm wrong here, but they said when I was talking to the boys over there at Tropic, Johnstone's only selling the 90-pound cylinders in our
Probably
area.
no,
Yeah,
because
so
my
you're
Johnstone doesn't have the 20 pound at all. I didn't even check, but they
nice.
probably do have the 90.
Yeah,
You got
that's stupid. Like,
And they
something's
do.
got to give, man. This can't keep
No,
going on.
we're not even in summer yet. Like in the middle of it. Like we'll
well,
see what
look,
happens.
think of this. All right, so y'all see, China and America, whatever. We paused the tariffs, right? Y'all saw
Kind
that,
of.
right?
Yeah, sort of.
So they did, right? But immediately once the tariffs were put in place, how many emails did we get? Like, well, we're increasing prices
Oh yeah, I know where you're going.
immediately. All right, so they paused all the tariffs and shit. Nothing said like we ain't reducing it. We still just don't know where the economy is going to be in 90 days. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean? It's
No,
shit show, man.
that is the one thing I
All
do
these
hate Yeah, the one thing I do hate about this, I guess this industry is the price gouging, the price at different places you go to, and the one thing is the refrigerant. Ever since COVID, we've been getting screwed on it. Like, there's no way around it. It's just that's the way it is. You okay, Jake?
Go ahead, Kurt. Say something, dog.
Oh.
Just say it. I'm frozen.
We
Am
can
I?
hear you though. Go ahead, speak up.
All right,
No,
good. No, I was
like
waiting for you. You was like biting your tongue. Say what you gotta say, Kurt.
he's upset. Don't like these prices.
Well, it's because he's driving a Ford, bud. That's the problem.
I feel like some of the customers are going to be priced right out of the market. They're going to start using window units, and
Mini splits,
a lot of the places that
Mr.
I go
Cool.
to are already
Ooh,
low income, and
that's
it's
true.
just it's going to put some of those places out of the market. I mean, it's just going to be too much.
I was talking to Q today, and he was telling me about because he was there at the supply house. He was like he was seeing something of this big company somewhere in like I don't know Illinois, and they're like, of course they got millions of dollars. They're like, well, yeah, we bought $2 million worth of equipment. That way, you guys will have what you need when you need it, ready for summer. And it's like again, us small people, we can't compete with that. So it's like
Oh no.
that's that's a fucking monopoly, first of all. Like, and there's another law thing, not law, but there's something they're doing that they can't do that shit. But that's like in my area would be Del Air, right? They got like 500 service trucks out there, but they have the capital. They can do that. It's just
Dude, I've discussed this a little bit with you. Towards the end of the year, you can do the same thing yourself, just not on that
I
scale.
got yeah, well, exactly. I mean, I could, but at the same time, where we were getting our stuff, it was already like gone. Like, you know what I mean? Especially with the phase out and everything, everybody was buying that shit, and we don't have the cap like liquidity to do that shit and a place to put it and things like that. It just for us,
Yeah.
it's just not. It wasn't feasible, you know. But that's a good call. Thank you.
Yeah,
Ruin my day.
and I do commercial. I'm not gonna, hold however many RTUs and make that
Well,
happen
you
either.
know,
So
I'm not advocating for like a bunch of stuff, bunch of things, but like something I do at the end of the year, so I don't have to pay so much taxes on profit. Some of that profit gets invested in some new equipment
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. And I buy it at the end of the year, and I may not use it until like June or July or something. But
Mm-hmm.
it's not like I've got like $2 million worth. I may have three pieces of equipment, three split systems or something. That's it. That's all I buy.
For
hey,
sure.
you're
Yeah.
ahead of the curve because you bought that 454 when it was dirt cheap.
It
When
wasn't dirt
I
cheap.
bought like I got my first jug for
Well, you're smarter than us for getting it.
I got a jug when Kurt got his jug. They ain't used it, but with that, remember I told y'all I was running around town trying to find the damn
Oh,
fitting.
the adapter. Yeah,
Yeah, but
it's like I
and
got the
like
tank.
his
I can't put it in though.
jeez, bro. And then when we bought the 32 from Goodman, theirs came with the adapter.
Oh,
That was nice.
yeah, Kurt dropping some
Dude,
game.
I wish they wouldn't even list that stuff as flammable because it can't sustain a flame on its own. It's barely even flammable at all. I don't, and because they've listed it as mildly flammable, all these crazy precautions are being taken place in that stuff. I mean, you got to take a blowtorch to it to make it burn.
And then
You right.
they cause like people to get all scared and shit.
It's a it's um,
Alex, thank you for the super chat. And his podcast is
Trap.
the Trapped Gas HVAC podcast. What's it about?
Now is that a
I don't know.
You tell me. Shout out, bro. Mucho gracias.
Randy here. Have you guys ever saw ductwork attached to a package AC unit with just giant
Yeah.
zip ties?
Yeah, those are called Panduit straps. Of
Oh
course,
yeah.
we've seen it.
Oh boy,
Oh, like the one that I'm dealing with.
bro. Y'all want to see, bro?
You got something good?
Oh, go ahead. Do your thing. Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say
Speaking of
really quick.
package units, you wait till you see this shit I walks
The
in.
one that I was dealing with recently has it's like ductwork in a drop ceiling. We only see duct board, so it lasted a good while, but nothing, no hanging straps, no support or anything, and it just all caved, just all fell off.
If I
Uh,
text this
And
to
I
you,
actually
will it
see that.
Can you pull
I
that
actually,
up? This vid.
you're gonna text to me. And
Yeah,
I
video to the group thing.
okay, and I actually see that a lot because a
Sorry.
lot of times when I get called that certain area feels weird or stuffy or something like that, I was like, okay, let me look at your drop ceiling, and it's all flex duct, and it's all like lane kinked, all that, and it's just they don't have any hanging straps. So like, there's companies out here installing this stuff or whatever, because I don't see a hint of it either. That just doesn't, hang it up, and I have to go in there and do that.
mhm. Well,
Easy call.
ductboard might not be a bad idea for this area because metal ductwork, especially if it's under a house, it it gets moist and starts to deteriorate faster than I think ductboard would.
Mm.
Hmm.
Well,
If it's up in the
Makes
attic, though,
sense.
up
Make
in the attic, metal ductwork lasts a long time.
I'm gonna pull up, or I'm gonna try and pull up what Jake sent.
You okay, Jay?
the kids, bro. You don't hear the slamming doors in and out. Fucking walls are shaking. So
It's
that
not
storm
bad.
you had, the next day, bro, we had a crazy ass storm too, and like blew out. Like we lost like two TVs, half the lights blew out in the house, all kinds of shit, dude. The electric company was just out here. They're replacing them big, transformers and shit. It's like,
Really?
yeah. And when neighbor's house got hit, and there's like a big old hole in his
Shit.
fuck yeah, dude. He got hit with something, and he lost like 10 grand worth of shit, dude.
Oh man. Okay, let me see if I can pull this video up real quick.
Yeah, I don't know if there's no. Don't put no sound on that thing.
I can't control
I don't
that.
know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we say.
Do you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Pallet.
Oh my God! Look at that wiring.
there we go.
That's
What
the
in
electric,
the
bro. There's
world? Wait a minute. Wait.
You
yeah.
want to go?
Get
Oh, whoa.
dog.
Okay, hold on. What do you want to
Was
look
this
at,
supposed
Kurt?
to be? Was this supposed to be some kind of temporary thing or something? What is this?
Bro, that's
Dude,
Orlando, Florida for you, bud.
I didn't take a picture of it, but I was
Hey,
working on one today, and they had the high voltage running through the ductwork.
bro, you're just like, yeah, that
And it would
shit's
look
like, yeah, no
exactly
big
like
deal.
that.
Oh my god, that shit's sitting on a pallet. That's what it's sitting on. That supply is just full of freaking water, man.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just, it's literally not. It's just like, yo, just crushed in there, and then,
It's just there's just
yeah,
no return at all. It's just sucking
that's,
in outside air.
yo, it's just so stupid. Don't worry, I know a guy. You know what I mean? It's like,
Jeez.
it's
That's
incredible.
rough. That's rough.
The palette is that makes it.
That's what sets it off.
Yep. As soon as you walk up
There's a
to it.
place
Oh
in
man.
town. There's a place in town. I need to go by and get a picture where there's a package unit up on a roof, and they literally got like a branch going through the air to one part down through the roof,
Just
and it had
dropped on it.
regular. and it had regular insulation on it and everything like that. So it's just exposed duct work out in the rain. I gotta show that to you. It's crazy.
Now, some places, I don't know if it's houses or if it's commercial. I've seen where they do the
I've seen
duct.
metal on top.
Yeah, like they run the. It's like it's on the roof basically, right? And they run it to each room and stuff like that. But that's different. The it's the economizer.
Oh my god.
Oh shit! You're like,
So were you
yeah,
there to
they
give like
sure do, bud.
a quote or something?
No, that was actually a building space we were potentially looking at for office.
Oh,
Like,
Hey, it
uh,
comes with central heat and air.
straight up, we good.
damn, dude.
But yeah,
Okay.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here. It was like, all right, but yeah, that was it was right around the corner from Tropic, so that's funny. Yeah, it was rough.
Uh oh, I think that's directed to me. I never got a call back, so I guess they got somebody else to do it. Cause in my area, there is different area managers, and there was that one where the store manager was super happy that I was there on the maintenance because he's like, "You need to fix our AC." And then I was told, "Go ahead," and then I was told, "Nope, never mind." So I took off. I didn't fix anything. I think I forgot to mention in the video I was gonna offer to top it off because it had a small leak. It didn't lose everything, but it lost a little bit. Both circuits, even the one with the new compressor that was just installed, that one leaked out. I was gonna
Oh
offer
shit.
to top it off, and then I just had to check where I was losing the voltage, and I was gonna diagnose it and all that. But then I got a call back like, no. And the thing is, they were saying like, oh, they kept questioning like I didn't hear anything about that. Nobody told me this and that, and I'm like, the manager right now is telling me that they've been sweating like crazy for I don't know how long, and he says nobody listens to him. I don't know what to tell you. So
Oh.
So, what did you do? You didn't do anything?
no, if I get told no, I just pack up and leave because I've done in the past. I've tried to help, and then I don't get paid. So I don't. I just
Hmm.
don't. That's bad business. I don't do it.
Yeah.
So I was in a similar God, okay, whatever similar. God
I will
dang, I can't say it right now.
I will say it depends on the customer, but yeah.
Yeah, I was in a same situation on Friday. I went there, dude. Like I said, it's hot as hell. I go there. It's this older lady working at a storage place. It's hot as shit, and she's got asthma. She's just sweating, bro. It was like 93 in the build, like the office space, and like five other rooftops in the
Dude.
space is it's down. So I go on the roof, da da da, check it all out. Um, it was a transformer, but it was at like 430, and it was a 480 volt transformer, right? So I didn't have one. Hey, I'll be back Monday. They're like, okay, please, thank you. Of course, you need
Mm-hmm.
approval from these places,
Yep.
but the um the manager that was there was like, okay, yeah, no, we're good. Go ahead and do it. And she wanted to call her like supervisor. Supervisor didn't answer. It was like, we'll see you Monday. I was like, all right, cool. I took it as, she's giving me the approval. I go, the part, it was a $40 part, bro. So I was like, whatever. Out of good faith, I went there, put it in. Nobody's there. They're supposed to open at 10. It's 11 o'clock. No one's there. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm like, F it. I'm here. Put it on. Got down the ladder, left. And then they emailed. They're like, the AC's working, but why would he
Oh.
put it in if nobody? Yeah, yeah. Like, why would he put it in and if he never got approval? And so, like, I emailed back what I was like, well, the technician was acting in good faith. There was an employee there who was suffering from severe asthma, yada yada yada. If it's an issue with that, we just wanted to be sure that the employee was working in proper conditions. You know what I mean? Long story short, that was not short, but yeah, same situation, same scenario as you there.
Well,
So
well, I will say this because Ewok was asking like if that happens a lot. Yes. So the thing is,
hmm
right before this round of maintenance, on my last round, I got in trouble for putting in a capacitor. So,
I remember you
uh,
saying that one.
yeah, like so the motor wasn't spinning, and I was like, well, we might have to put a motor. I don't know yet. I I think I was even told. I think somebody told me okay or something. I guess I don't think I got official approval. I just thought, what's an extra like $60 on the invoice, right? Like we charge already for
hmm
maintenance. It's a big thing because we take everything apart, check everything, and I'm like, it's several hundred each store. I was like, what's an extra $60? Well, I got in trouble for that, right? And that they didn't like it. So from there on out, for that specific customer that gives me like 20 stores, I'm not gonna do anything unless they tell me yes, right? Like I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to not make money. I don't like. It's just you got to deal with them.
I hate to say it, that sounds an awful lot like working with those home warranty companies.
Jake, I thought you were holding that smile. You just froze with a big ass
I
smile.
I I know. I know that's I wanted a good face. That's why I'm just staring and I want to keep a good face in case I freeze.
Oh, I got freaked out a little bit.
I'm
He's
I'm
just
lagging,
permanent.
bro.
He's
I'm
just permanently that happy. I mean, he goes to sleep and he still looks like that.
Yo, you terrible, Kurt. Oh
But yeah.
man.
Oh, and then he
Yeah, we
brings
all
up
we all deal with it.
my pet peeve. The I diagnose a lot of things on the maintenance because, and my dad has said something to me before, and I'm like, I can't not do like what I'm supposed to do, right? Cleaning and checking. I can't not tell them, hey, your motor's out, or hey, the capacitor's out, whatever. I have to tell them. If they get somebody else to do it, there's nothing I can do about it. Um, I don't have like an official. They're not. There's no contract like official whatever that we have in writing. We're just hired to do the maintenance, and I let them do what they want to do.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people I deal with, they sometimes get somebody else to do the install because they're cheaper.
Oh, all the
You know,
time. Yeah.
I'll get the service work, but somebody else is doing all the installs, and
Isn't
I
that
just kind
funny?
of learned to live with it.
Isn't that funny though? They'll install it, and then like a week later, a month later, you got to go do a service call on it or something.
The call I published
hmm
today was those.
Man, it sucks.
And then you get there and you see that it looks like they didn't do a real good job. And
That's why I think it's funny when I go through because we don't do a whole bunch of installs, but we do some, and then when I get an inspection and all that, they praise us, and I'm like, what kind of shit do you normally see?
yeah,
Because I do the bare minimum, right? The basics. I don't do any Jeff Jdem perfect install or anything like that.
Charge?
Like it's the bare minimum.
No.
And they're like, this is the best install I've seen.
dude. When I had employees, we had to go through a period where we were started doing deadhead drip legs, and I showed them how to do a deadhead drip leg. Like there's like three different ways you can do it, and I kept having to go out to jobs to look at these deadhead drip legs and tell them they didn't do it right, and
Yeah.
tell them how to do it, and basically design it for them until they can figure out how to do a deadhead drip leg.
Oh, I got something like that. I'll bring it up in a minute. Kurt Ewok's asking when you started your business, did you deal with home warranty a lot?
I did for a long time. You kind of get tired of it though, having to beg for your money, or they're trying to haggle you down. Like they don't like your prices. They want you to do it for less. And yeah, you might need the work, but is it worth all that? If you can get away from it, I would say get away from it. But it may help somebody who really needs the work.
Jake, any experience with that?
Nah, we went in. We were looking, just the money's not there like that, bro. Like it ain't worth my time. Know your value. It is what it is. That's where, like Kurt said, though, if you need the work, it's gonna be out there. It'll send you like a big
Mm,
blast, and then whoever picks on it first and gets
yep.
to the call first, they'll give you the thing. But you got to go off their price sheet generally.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because we do. I've never dealt with home warranty because we don't do residential, but I've done warranty work for like ice machine companies and some distributors here locally, and it's kind of the same thing. They give you like a like you said a price sheet, whatever they think you're worth, basically, and you got to do the work, and it is good when you don't have work. Like if you're starting out, you're in a rough patch. It's always good, I guess, as an option because that helped us like you said, like in the beginning or during a slow time, but it's not work that I want. Like I right now, I don't want that at all.
I have
Yeah,
chosen. I've chosen not to do it anymore.
Unless they treat you really good and give you all the calls or something, but I doubt it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, there were a couple that I found that when they give you a call, it is yours. It's nobody else's. It's not like they're sending this to anybody else's. And they would give me like a $750 pre-approval before I even went out, and
that's kind of nice.
Yeah,
that one wasn't that bad.
that sounds good.
But even with them, there were cases like I might get approval for $2,500. We're doing a compressor where the homeowner has to pay a little bit and they have to pay a little bit, and when I go to bill out, what I'm supposed to bill out has changed. Like I'm not going to get the whole amount that we had agreed to unless I call in and renegotiate for another 45 minutes. So it's just a real
Mm,
pain in the rear.
yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say
no,
like
we
probably trying to get paid is a hard part.
And that
oh
that
for
was the good
sure.
one. That's the good one.
Okay, I heard that.
Yeah, he about to get them lips. He lucky that loose tooth came out because I was ready to go give him the business. They was playing roughhouse and he had a wiggly front tooth, so now he's missing his front tooth. It's funny.
Ah.
It-
Well, what I was gonna bring up earlier, I forgot why. Oh, when Kurt, when you were saying about like telling your guys, as far as like how to do something or whatever, we actually got like we got our first bad review, and my dad was very upset. Um, so one of our guys did work for a neighbor in a plaza, right, a strip mall. I don't know why I didn't ask him. I didn't ask either one like where this work or request came from, but it was well, I won't say what kind of restaurant it was, but it was a restaurant that my dad does not like dealing with, a certain type. And our guy went out there and was like, "I'm gonna try to help you." It was something. It was a RTU that had like a ton of leaks or something. I'm gonna try and help you patch a couple, and then we'll see how it does. And sure enough, they had a call back, but the guy got extremely pissed off and had somebody else go out there. Now the work because he posted the photo or he showed us the photos, and I was like, I don't want to say that you did bad, but I don't like that's not the kind of quality of work that we expect here. So I was a little upset, but I guess lesson learned. And it's because when he got there, it was on the compressor. It was like a scroll compressor. It looked like someone took a whole rod to each joint. Like it looked like shit. Because the guy did show us a before picture, and he tried to salvage it and then kind of because it was leaking there
um,
and put it and even the like the line coming in the discharge to the compressor looked offset too. And I was
oh
like,
no.
I understand that was a hard one. Maybe you should have called me out there to go out there, but I didn't like the end result either. So I was a little upset, and that just makes me worry about quality control when I'm working like with employees. That's my thing.
Mhm.
Dude, it's even worse for you because some of your employees are family, and I know that's.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was I was advised a long time ago not to do
If
that.
I get upset with a family member, usually my dad has to relay the message because I'm so upset and I don't want to direct it at them. So it is difficult, like to get after them for certain things. I was just like, I wish you would have called me out there. I could have probably helped you. I know it was a tough braze to do, but he said it had leaks in the coil and leaks like elsewhere. Like the guy didn't want a new unit, and he was like, no, just patch it, make it work for now. That's what I want. Go ahead. I know the risk, all that, you know, all the stuff that we wanted to hear, like to go ahead. And then
For sure.
after it leaked out again, he started cussing us, or not me, but I heard through them. He started cussing them out, cussing out my cousin who just started with us, telling them you this, you that, you're shit, you're all like, just the worst. To where they didn't answer the phone anymore. So when I replied to that Google review, I'm like, you kind of escalated it to where they don't want to talk to you. Like I don't condone that. Like if you're gonna be cussing us out, we can't do business.
You can file like a review or something with Google. It takes a little bit.
I
That's what
have
my dad was asking. I was like, I'll look into it.
You
there.
can. We had one, and
I
it was. I didn't tell you. Oh, sorry, Kurt. I'm gonna tell this one real quick. Sorry. A couple months ago, and it was a fake review. Like it had my name in it, and but of course it was the only review the person's ever left. Person's not in the database. Person doesn't respond back. So went ahead and they flagged it for a while, and then they took it down. So
dude,
Okay.
I have one. I fired this fellow because he tested positive for cocaine and he was carrying a gun in my vehicle and leaving it um,
okay.
unattended.
You had Tony Montana working for you, dog.
But when he tested positive for cocaine, I fired him, and then he left this horrible Google review. And I was able to go to Google and tell him, "Hey, this is unfair. This is a former employee." And they looked into it. They called it a personal attack against me, and they removed it.
That's a
Yeah,
that's a crappy part.
yeah, you can, I was gonna say you can definitely get it, bro. We're almost at we're about to hit that hundo, so that'll be nice. Um,
Well, like I
but
don't know when my dad was upset because of the guy, right? Like the guy cussed them out and had this whole altercation, and it just made him not want to do business with local like smaller restaurants anymore because like that's the kind of people you run into unfortunately, where we only do like bigger fast food chains now. We deal with upper management stuff like that. So he was pissed off about it, and I'm like do like as a commercial business, do we really use our Google? Like I don't want it to look bad either, but like we don't really, like nobody leaves us a lot of reviews. Like we have a few.
hmm
It's not as important, I
yeah,
guess, like for as it is for residential.
Dude, if
bro.
you got the right software, they'll just send them a request to give you a Google review when
Jobber
you're
does
done
that.
with the job.
Jobber does that.
What are you getting
But
at?
my see, that's my thing. My customers, all of our invoices get sent to one person. So that one person already left us a review.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna
I
start doing something where maybe we get like the store managers like incentive to like, hey, come leave us a review, whatever.
I yeah, for sure that'll be great. We So once we started using the Service Titan, we finally started fucking paying because everything at Service Titan you just have to pay, right? So
Well,
we
it's like
got
that
that
with a
same
lot of them.
feature, and but before that, bro, I had like 750 5-star reviews through, the customers see that because it's inside of Service Titan, but it didn't translate to Google until now. And like, it just sucks. Could you imagine having like 755 stars on Google right now? Like, we would have been
Oh yeah. That
Tit.
yeah.
Like, but for me to say that is whoever's listening, maybe working for a company, just remember, even though you're working for another company, it's not your name or whatever. Treat that shit like it is yours, because say you do decide one day to start your own business or go somewhere else, you can. This is what I used to do. I would screenshot all the reviews at a place I was at, show them like, look, I'm good, like for that, you know what I mean? Because everything comes down to customer service, really, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, treat it just like you're a damn just a subcontractor for your business, man, and your name's on that job just
Yeah.
as much as theirs, you know. And I try to preach that shit because
What
I'm
kind of
proud of that, man. I'm proud of that, man.
what kind of t-shirt you got on there, man?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Got one of them there HVAC tacticals. This one's
Maybe next
2024.
year
Where were we in?
we'll get Jake in there.
I ain't going to that shit though. Yeah, where was this one? Where's 2024?
That
Where's
was
last? Oh, Chicago.
yeah.
Chicago, yeah.
All right.
But
So,
yeah, no, like a lot of people that work somewhere, because when you get a review like that, like a good review, like you're really good with the customer service, you treat them, top tier. They're gonna leave that review and be like, "Hey, so and so came to my house.
mm-hmm,
So and so did this." They won't really say the company as a whole. Like if you treat them really well, they're gonna call you out by name. Like Jake came out and Jake did this and Jake was great. And like you said, you can use those to your advantage later.
mm-hmm. Print a little book, bro. You go on a job interview, be like, look, man, this is the type of work I'm gonna bring to your
Do you
field.
do you endorse any CRM?
Um,
Did you even use one, or did you go back to what you were doing before?
well, I can use House Call Pro, and I'm like an ambassador for them, but I don't. The only thing I use them for is that feature where when somebody calls my phone, I can tell if it's a customer.
Mm.
So you kind of do it what you were doing before, which was what was it? I already forgot.
Google Calendar and yeah, just that. In fact, I might do away with House Call Pro altogether if Free to Grow starts offering something that I'm going to ask them to look into.
There you go. It's cool when you got like an all-in-one solution too.
Well, Free to Grow already works with Service Titan to let you
Mm.
know who is calling, and they're going to try to do it with House Call Pro. I'm going to ask him to look into doing it with QuickBooks, so that way
Oh,
I
there
could
you
just do
go.
it with Call Pro.
It was yeah. QuickBooks is what you used. I think they integrate with Jobber as well. Just putting that out there. Um, are you gonna freeze again?
No, he ain't frozen.
No,
That's live.
That's his.
that's
That's just his
that's
smile.
that's his dumbass face. Oh
um.
man.
Oh, Matt. Horrible clients in commercial, but also a manager that has experienced poor service can be your best client. I 100% understand where, because we deal with that a lot. Like a customer gets screwed over so bad by a previous company, and they are just pissed off when you get there. Like there's no way around it. That's why I'm saying, like with this particular bad review that we got, I wish I could have made it out there and done like a. Probably would have done a much more intensive repair instead of just trying to patch whatever he wanted, just to be safe. Because I deal with, personally, I do deal with local places. I dealt with two last year, and I was worried about it because that was that R12 one that I worked on, and then they
Mm.
referred me to another one that was a piece of crap too. And I was like, look, I'm gonna do everything I can, and I had to go through it and fix all these different leaks. And then they were super happy afterwards. So it is how you treat them, but you have to do good work. That's just what I'm worried about as I guess a business owner, when my guys go out there, like I need to trust them to do, the best that they can do. Just because I feel like I
Yeah.
want to do everything myself, and I'm trying to cut back a little bit.
You okay in there?
So yeah, I'm good, man. Thanks.
She's giggling.
I love it. Yeah, no, I think we all have that same fun, man. You know it, because we all know how we perform and how you just
Yeah.
gotta trust the process.
Ewok, I feel like commercial business owners are more reserved with their money compared to Resi. Everybody told me it's easier to close a sale on commercial, but I'm feeling otherwise. Hmm.
Depends on where you're working and who you're working for. For small businesses, it's probably a little bit more difficult because I feel like for you, Adrian, right? These big companies that they're dealing with, like they're gonna use the big companies, right? You know what I mean? We just lost 130 or 130 change outs to a very large company
Oh,
because
yeah.
you know what I mean? They have it's all on the roof and all that shit. And they got it no problem. And they probably charged them an arm and a leg, and we would have charged them obviously less, but I mean commercial is easy to fucking sell, bro, in my opinion, from my experience.
Oh, yeah. Like you run into some that are stubborn, but like for the most part, because before I would always try to like fix everything, and then I was like, oh, they'll spend money. Like especially when we got to these like like these I guess fast food places, that I'm like, oh, they'll spend money. So like, yeah, you can fix what you can, and then like once it's like, okay, you need the coil and the compressor and this, just get a new unit, and then boom, they buy a new unit. So in that sense, yes. But like what Ewok's talking about, like with us, we dealt with the same thing that you mentioned, where we can't do certain jobs or we can't do certain bids because I can't, especially on a 30-day, 60-day net, whatever it is, put all my money in one place
Float
where they
that
need,
shit.
yeah, where they need a ton of RTUs. We've had to turn down that kind of work where they like, well, we need the whole building. We need 5 to 10 RTUs. I'm like, I can't have my money tied up like that. So then we turn it down.
I have advised other people, make sure you have the capital for the job that you're doing because you can never bid on a job that could bankrupt you. If you bid on a
Yeah,
job that could bankrupt you and you don't get paid, you know
you're
what's going
screwed.
to happen.
You're screwed. You're
But
done.
if you never bid those jobs, that'll never happen.
Yep. And there's some because when I started, I wanted everything, and my dad had to tell me no, like we can't afford our money can't be tied up like that. It's like damn, like I would get like annoyed because I wanted all the work, but yeah, you got to learn because like you said, if I was running it as a kid, I would have been like yes, 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 and I would have been out of business in like 2 years.
Dude, I mean, there were some jobs. I did a compressor job at the post office one time, and it was like a $12,000 compressor, and it took me 4 months to get paid.
Yeah,
Mm.
it happens. I hate it, but it happens.
It was nice at the end of that wait though.
That big
Oh,
check.
there it is.
Yeah, yeah. I'll admit, when you get paid what you're worth, it's always nice.
Oh man, I was like, damn, 120. Y'all didn't tell me that. Like, yeah, I thought this was a net 30, dog. Like,
Yeah,
no,
we
no, we're
we
gonna push it
like
out.
right now. There's one guy. I don't think any of them watch, so it's whatever. Like these engineering people at the hospitals get so annoyed when we have to do work for them because they can do some of the work, but they'll outsource it to us too, and they're behind on payments. And they're a good customer. They always pay.
Mm.
Like they're gonna end up paying, but the guy's acting dumb, asking me to resubmit everything like a third time now, and my dad's getting like his patience is wearing thin already.
I had that one today. It's at 10 ton. Well, it's a 20-ton system, two 10-ton condensers, and we sent him a quote last year. He was like, "Oh, I never got it," because we ended up replacing a motor and shit. And I was like, "Well," he was like, "Well, if we replace the system, will you give me some money back for that?" I was like, "Well," I said, "We sent you a quote to replace the system then, and you chose to go with this, and it's been more than 90 days." And he was like, I never got the email." Go back through the threads. You know what I mean? Like, sure as shit, bro. I said to him today, I was like, "Your email is this, right?" Da da da. And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, and I showed him. He was like, "Oh, I never got that one."
Oh, yeah. It's like
I
with
was
this
like,
guy, I have to physically turn in the printouts because they're old school at this place. And
mhm.
I was like, I'm the one that comes in person. I know I handed them to you and you lost them again. Like, I'm like, so yeah. But, and then the good thing is like these CRMs, like Jobber, tells you when they've actually opened the email, when they viewed the quote or the invoice or whatever it is. So I'm like you. I'm like, no, I can see here that you
Yeah,
opened it.
yeah, same. Yeah, you're just like, all right, Stan, let it ride, bro." Oh man.
Yeah, Megan's saying transparency, empathy, and taking the time to explain what's going on to the customer is so important. And I've had to learn that too. And I mean, it's the only way to go.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got. I mean, we're therapists out there, bro. We're everything
You
for
just
these people.
I was gonna say I've
you
had some
just
difficult
briefly
customers.
you just briefly touched on price of the equipment there. I'm doing a compressor tomorrow on a job where I was asked to give an estimate on a change out 7 years
Is
ago.
this? Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say this the one you. It was the ohm
Now,
compressor one you were doing. Yeah, okay.
now listen to this. When I gave them an estimate 7 years ago, it was like
Yeah.
$4,400 for a
Oh,
4-ton system.
yeah,
But like,
yeah.
that's what that shit costs for me
And
now.
and now I gave them a new estimate when we found this compressor, and it was almost $10,000. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it.
Damn. I have
Hmm.
not checked.
That,
And
bro.
here,
That's
and
where.
I have already shared that the compressor job is going to be almost a $4,000 job.
Mhm.
I
Damn.
mean, and
Bro.
it just seems like it's just crazy high. That's a lot of money for a compressor.
Yep.
And now you can't just swap out condensers no more. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you're not
buy a
supposed to.
I wondered that, dude, because I'm like, fuck. I mean, one of these days, I think one of us is gonna try that, right? We're just gonna dry run this shit, dog.
See,
Like,
see that I actually made that comment in a video that I'm editing because like I work on a lot of refrigeration equipment. So I'm having an issue right now on the HVAC side where they told me 2 to 3 weeks for a condenser coil. I'm like, cool. This was back when it was cool. It wasn't hot yet. We're on week 7 and I still have no ETA,
mm,
no update. They just said it's still back ordered. We can't get it to you. So I'm having an issue with a customer where I'm like, damn, this unit's flat. I know the condenser. It's a Daikin. They have these weird small tube, uh, really small tubing in the condenser, and they always end up leaking. And I was like, if I fix any of it, it's gonna leak again. And then this is a double row condenser coil. I had to split it open, and it's like in the middle, all the way inside. So I was like,
mm.
I'm gonna have to take this out to even attempt this repair, right? Just put a new coil, be done with it. But no, I'm still waiting on that. And I was thinking out loud, and I'm like, if this was refrigeration, I could just replace the condenser. Like the condensers and the evaporators on refrigeration are always whatever brand, right? It doesn't matter as long as they do the same BTU and all that. Like you're good. HVAC sucks because you need specific parts to that equipment.
Mhm.
What's
Straight
Rowdy
up,
getting
big
into?
dog.
Y'all forgive me. He's been scratching on some door, and I'm trying to figure out what he's doing.
He's trying to find another way out.
I just hear him destroying part of the house, and
Well, you know what that means. 'Tis
What
the
time is
time.
it?
Is it?
820, dog. I mean,
Go to my link. You get a free Tron discount, jobber.
yo, shout out. Click my link. I'll get you that shit for free for a year, dog. Yeah, what's up?
He also had made this comment earlier. I hate the guy that invented emergency after hours. If it's an emergency, you just call 911. I do
Yeah,
hate
straight up.
I do hate that vans still do that. Like some people here still have the emergency 24/7, call us and this and that. I was like, I'm not putting that on my van. Like I don't want after hour
Bro.
calls.
You know what? Real quick, that we got nipped in the ass like fucking 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I didn't go out. Fucking Q went out, and it was one of our customers. And he's like, your website says you're 24/7. This was at like 10:30. Q ends up running out there and doing it. It was clogged drain line, and the dude had he has 5 systems. This asshole could have waited, but
Yeah.
I don't service him. If it ever comes across on me, I'm like, put it on somebody else. But yeah, he was like, your website says 24/7. I was like, yeah. I was like, man, I told him, I was like, yo, we gotta take that
Emergency
down.
only.
Dude,
Our hours. God, go ahead.
I used to have that in the yellow pages. I had 24/7 emergency, whatever, and then I changed it to by appointment only, and then I just quit doing anything with the yellow pages.
That's right. Well, would you ever resolve that bill issue?
Oh, it's resolved as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Kurt go get like some big ass interest payment. Like, you owe us this much now.
I got like an email or something from them if I wanted to work with them or do something. I was like, it was yellowpages.com or
What?
something.
Well, yeah,
That's funny.
YP.com is owned by Thrive,
Mm.
and Thrive is trying to be a marketing website all in one.
That's evil.
That's how Kurt gets his business.
Dude, that was a waste of money for years.
My man just kept paying it.
Yep.
Yeah. It meant
Anything
something back in the day.
Yeah, I did. Anything else you guys want to close out on?
No, I'm good, man. I'm tired.
Have a blessed weekend, everybody, and enjoy your Friday.
All right, guys.
Sayonara, suckers.
We'll end it on that.
Ain't
See ya.
working. There we go.
I'll give you time.
Oh shit! My thing said
No,
add
well-
jet. Whatever. We'll do that. Son of a bitch. It does. It says add effects using hand gestures. Turn on reactions to express yourself with hand video gestures. Like we've been doing it this long. Ready? Okay, you're done. You did. Shout out to the boys.
I want to get a recording of this.